Welcome to Social Trends, where we'll be covering current affairs and stories that are trending. Of course, we'll be giving you our insights and also our personal opinions. I am Divine,
I'm Junior.
and today's story will be about gun salutes in Jamaica and the tragic incidents that occurred on New Year's Day as a result of this traditional act. Alright, so what is gun salute? Gun salute is pretty much a ceremonial gesture of respect which is typically performed by the police force where firearms are discharged to pretty much honor a dignitary or commemorate an occasion. But in Jamaica, we have firearm holders, legal or illegal, who would perform this act in the event of a celebration or the mourning of a loved one.
So Divine, as you know, Jamaica kinda different, right? When a done drop out, you have the cronies them take to the street and them fire shot in the air to celebrate the life of them done. Right? On New Year's Eve, you have uptown people, you have downtown people, legal gun. At midnight, they were firing in the air, right? Now, this is something that the FLA, which is the Firearm Licensing Authority, warns about year after year that hey, don't do it. It's illegal and it's harmful, it's dangerous. So with that being said, let's get into the meat of the matter now. There are media outlets that are reporting that there were three incidents where three different persons um, got injured by stray bullet. We'll be talking about two of the incidents because we've done some research and we haven't confirmed the third. So we'll really just talk about the two that we've already confirmed. So on January 2nd, people, right? I was scrolling through Twitter and I saw a lot of people reposting this post, right? Now, let me read. The post was made by William Mitchell. He's a reporter from Nationwide News. It reads, while many were out celebrating the new year, I was being treated at the hospital after a stray bullet pierced my roof and struck me in the chest. It most likely came from gun salutes, but I only received minor injuries. So for the new year, let's not be as senseless as last year. So immediately I was like, what? Really? In the comfort of his home, he was there and I mean, could have lost his life. A bullet just came through his roof and boom, in his chest. I mean, it could have been worse. It could have pierced his chest. We could have lost a brother from the news fraternity, right? I read some of his replies, and he said that hey, it was just minor issues, minor injuries. There was some swelling, but he's okay. He's okay. Give thanks to life because I can tell it could have been way worse. Yeah, so really, that's some serious thing there, people. Like as I said, the man was in the comfort of his home. Get me? Um, Thought he was safe,
Mm-hmm.
and there we have it, a bullet coming through his roof. What you think, Divine?
I, I'm just, in all in all, I'm just trying to picture that moment, you know? It's not like it came through a wall or a door, it came through a ceiling. So that just shows you how the force of the bullet pretty much. And had it not go through the ceiling before it actually hit him, only God he knows what would have happened. But like I said, give thanks for life. It could have been worse, but it's still something to wrap your head around.
And as he said, let's not be senseless as
Mm-hmm.
last year, because when you look at it, when you look at it, if you find a bullet in the air, it must come down. It must land somewhere. It must land somewhere. And if it's a case where you're on a hill and you're shooting over communities, it must land in that community, right? You really can't determine where it is that it will land, whether it will be in an empty lot, a parking lot, in a car, in a house, in someone. Um, so I mean that really is reckless. You get me? That really is reckless. Guys, we have to be careful of what we're doing. We have to be mindful of what we're doing, especially with firearms. It's a dangerous thing. If it's not used properly, then a lot of harm can be done.
Yep.
You get me? So, um, as I said, let's not go into 2020 with this senseless attitude. I mean, the picture Mr. Mitchell posted, he also held the bullet in his hand. As far as I know, once it's a legal firearm, their FLA should be able to match some form of ballistics to determine or to figure out which gun that bullet came from. So in an article posted by the Jamaica Star a few days ago, Shane Darling, which is the CEO of FLA, had said that they've sent out messages to licensed firearm holder that hey, if it's a case where you fire your weapon without a cause, then I mean there are sanctions for things like that, right? Worse if it's a case where someone is injured in the process, then there could be or there will be criminal charges. So I'm not sure how is it that they'll handle this one. Mr. Mitchell does have the bullet. I'm sure he'll turn it over to the proper authorities for the necessary investigation. Really and truly, I I hope that this person is brought to justice because I mean this is utter carelessness for me. Utter carelessness. You have a licensed firearm, assuming it's a licensed firearm holder, then you have to take better care of it. You have to be way more responsible because for you to get that license, you have to go through a rigorous process, and being responsible is one of those processes. So, I mean, if it is indeed coming from a licensed firearm, then that person, I mean, charges should definitely be brought against that person. You really can't be that reckless with such a dangerous weapon. And it's unfortunate that, I mean, as I said, in the comfort of his home, a bullet just came through his roof, landed in his chest. It could have been anybody. It could have been a child. Right? So, guys, it's 2020. We have to be a little bit more responsible in all regards. Divine.
Well, speaking of it could have been a child, there's also another incident that was reported in the Montego Bay area where 15-year-old Abigail Mullings, who was just chilling in the churchyard with other friends, watching the New Year's fireworks, where she was also struck in the forehead by one of these bullets. No, talk about from one extreme to the next. You have one incident where a man was just in his bed, and another incident where a young lady was at church. She is also reported that she's also the daughter of the pastor of that church. Like I said, she got hit in the forehead. She was rushed to the hospital, of course, and luckily she did surgery and she's in ICU and where she's recovering. No, come on, we have to be more responsible, as Junior said, when it comes to having these firearms because it could have been another child. She could have died from that gunshot. And what is just so crazy is that she was just at church, watch night just done, fireworks are gone, and she just in the churchyard with other friends. I watch fireworks, and then boom, that just happened. You know, I was reading an article, and it also says that another crazy thing is that the mother said that Abigail had a premonition, and she told her mom about it prior to, saying that she has a feeling that something bad will happen to her in 2020. No, it's just crazy that the year to start like this. But luckily and thankfully, well, so far there has been no reports that anyone died as a result of this. But I think the big question is going forward, how will the authorities deal with these situations? You know, Jamaica is already going through a lot of crime and violence, domestic violence, gun violence, and so on. No, this is a time where everybody is ringing in the new year, looking forward to another year of life and so on, and then these unfortunate situations happen and it cannot continue. So like I said, I think the big question is, Junior, is how will the authorities proceed with the situation? Will the ballistics report come back saying they found the person who the bullet came from? Like, what is it that will happen? Because it's our culture, it's sad to say, but sometimes like we get too laid back when it comes to certain things. And gun violence is one thing, but we can't be too laid back on, because like we said, it could have been worse.
And I was reading another article that said police pounce upon some gunmen in the Norwood area, because this incident happened in the Norwood area. A shootout happened and the police recovered a firearm. I'm not sure if it's a case where that was the firearm who which did the damage, or those were the men, or anything of the sort. But I'm just saying, guys, it's a new decade, it's a new year. We really have to be more mindful, have to be more responsible of what we're doing. Um, I guess the authorities need to work a little harder to get those illegal guns off the street. And if it's a case where it's indeed a legal firearm that caused these two damages, then there should be, or there must be, criminal charges against those, right? Um, Hopefully there's a story coming out of Mr. Mitchell's situation, because he has the bullet, so hopefully they can do the ballistic testing, and then some further reporting can be done, because he's a reporter, as I said earlier, he's a reporter. So hopefully he'll keep the media posted as to what's happening with the situation, what's happening, if there's a case and all, and we'll see how that turn out. Once there's additional information, we'll bring that to our subscribers or viewers, because you guys can just consider this our first official video,
Yeah.
and many more to come.
Yeah. All right. So ensure you guys subscribe to our channel for future content, and also feel free to like and leave your feedback in the comment section below. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you on the next video.
Guys, leave those comments. Let's have that discussion in the comment section. Let's talk about it. Let's hear the feedback. All right. Bye.